What is Damodrick up to this time? And what is Jawalia up to for cash? And what happened when Courtnee tried to fly a plane? To find out the answer to this and other important questions, allow me to take us back to the beginning. Hello and welcome to Lawd Lukan. It's time to put your legs in the upright position as we take flight on another episode of Love After Lockup. On today's show, Damodrick is playing with himself.
Alright, I'll see you later.
Bye.
Love you too.
Courtnee's playing with her flaps.
Oh, it's a flap thing.
Jawalia is playing second fiddle.
She gonna be dealing with some stuff, so.
And Kiana is thrilled about getting married.
And he asked me to marry him.
All this and more right here on the Lawd Lukan channel.
Okay, so go ahead and grab the throttle, which is...
Good day, howdy, and shafards to you. Big love to those who subscribed, you beautiful people. And Newton's pestle and mortar to the lords and ladies of the Lukan Manor. First into the pits today are Kiana and Damodrick, and it's here in this quiet suburban setting that we find them today. It's just another fairy tale day. The birds are singing, the flowers are, holding on for dear life. Kiana's getting ready for work, and Damodrick's playing with himself in the bedroom.
Alright, I'll see you later.
Bye.
Love you too.
What does a Damodrick even do? He mumbled something about a warehouse once, but you wouldn't want this genius using any heavy machinery, would you? Judging by the state of the car, it's about 50-50 that you're going to arrive in one piece. So, apparently it's time for work.
Have a good day at work.
I will.
And he leaps into the Damodrick mobile. Whoa, she's a beaut. It's got Mustang written on it, but other than that, I don't know what I'm looking at. But luckily, my new friends over at the Mustang Club told me it's the SN95, worth about $1.5 grand. And you've gotta love this guy. Love After Lockup, lol. Good man, top marks to him. How the hell did he know though? Anyway, I love the unique paneling that he's got there, and how the wing mirror and door shake when he slams the door. And the way the ceiling has mostly given up on the interior. And check out those tires. Yeah, we didn't need any grip on those anyway. It seems to be sort of falling apart a bit, but I think I'll walk, thanks. Been meaning to get those steps in. Even the dog, or, whatever that is. Can't believe that shit heap moves without a winch. I bet it left half a ton of oil and a few nuts and bolts behind when it pulled away. Anyway, to work. Oh, yeah, hold on a second. Do you need to push, Damodrick? Oh, no, here we go. Watch out, everyone. Might want to move out the way a bit. So, how many violations did Damodrick manage in a 5-second cutaway? Was it 1, 2, or 3? Well, in Texas, you should be wearing a seatbelt, so that's 1. And then he blew through 2 stop signs. This one he even did without looking to his left at all. Good job, you. I would say that he was probably speeding too, but the only way you'd get this marvel of engineering above 30 miles an hour would be if you dropped it out of a plane. Meanwhile, Kiana is also at work in the salon.
Hey, how are you? Good, how are you?
And it'd be terribly remiss of me if I was to not also tell you that it's the Sweet 7 salon here on 50th Street, right next to Boost Mobile. Anyway, boss lady has noticed something different about Kiana.
What is that on your finger?
I think it's a pube or like a hair or something. I don't really know. We were talking about that last time. Grandma's pube ring.
It's an engagement ring.
Yeah, no, it's not though, is it? That is a promise ring. He didn't give you his heart, he gave you a rain check and a pube. Granted, the pube did come with cake, a bit like Ashley, except the pube wanted to eat her cake. Ooh, and have you noticed that Kiana speaks beautifully rhythmically?
What?
We had a little date.
Just chuck a little beat behind her to get a fun little song about cake.
What?
We had a little date and we made like cakes or whatever.
What?
We had a little date and we made like cakes or whatever.
And so Kiana breaks the tragic news that everybody was dreading to hear.
And he asked me to marry him.
I love how she gave it the little upwards inflection.
Me to marry him.
Marry him? At the end. Like, woohoo and stuff. And with a face like that, maybe that tells us she's thrilled to bits about the granny pube ring marriage or has mild constipation. The people at her work are definitely not Damodrick fans though, but combine that with the fact that it might not have been quite the fairy tale she hoped for, this is a tough one to sell to them.
Did he get on his knee?
What do you mean, let me think. What, as in, which one of the delightful romantic gestures did he perform? a knee, an actual proposal. Oh no, wait, yes, you were sitting on a log, and he stuffed the ring in your mouth and then stuffed it on your finger. He was sitting down. He was right next to his knee. Could have just slipped his little butt off there and ta-da, prime knee positioning. Again, though, it was the correct finger, which does elevate him above past performances from people such as Derek, who didn't even get that bit right. And the location was pretty stupid too. If you can't give material things, then at least give an unforgettable experience. Location, for example. I think that's almost as important as the ring. There they were, here on Broadway Street. Marsha's Cookery Place right here. Then the delightful building site across the road. Not ideal. But down here we've got the actual place he proposed, which is a lovely little car park for scenery. Blimey, look at this amazingness. Wow, why does it look so small? Looks like a little Matchbox Porsche. He could have at least made a bit of effort with the location. Just go around the corner and, there's this place. That'll look way better. Or just go south a couple of blocks. The Municipal Gardens and Art Centre. It's got like flowers and rocks and stuff. Bit nicer than a car park.
Let me
That
see.
is so funny.
It is cute, girl.
That's cheap, girl. No way that rock is anything special, really, is it? You beautiful people and I were talking in the comments, and we were wondering if this was the same ring he was given. And yes, I have just checked. And yes, it does look about the same. I did wonder if he'd pawn the original and I'd get her a cheap one just for the cameras. But while we all gather around to admire our new hardware, we catch up with Damodrick as he makes it into work too.
What's up, my boy?
Well, that workplace looks a lot like Jawalia's place. Yes, indeed. Damodrick, in all his wisdom, has decided to see baby mama behind Kiana's back, right there with the film crew, so she'll sit. But to make sure she doesn't give Damodrick the wrong idea, and he doesn't give her a fourth child, Jawalia's gone for a nice conservative outfit.
What's up, mom?
They're
How you
cooking for
doing?
boys back then.
In the back.
Blimey, I think I just saw what you had for lunch. Flapjacks, apparently. Does anybody own a bra in the show? But Jawalia here is quite interesting. Jawalia Lene, or Walia Lene Brown, as she's also known, or her little company, Just Beauty Cosmetics. She's an influencer, apparently, and an entrepreneur. I guess entrepreneur now means I buy a load of tat from China and have them print my logo on it. Thing is with that, you then have to order a minimum quantity of units. So idiots, business people like her, then get lumbered with a shed load of stock that nobody wants. Speaking of which, I do wonder if Mills managed to shift all those trainers with the copyright infringement on them. Anyway, back to Jamalia's money making. She also appears to be making some money in this video here. That's an interesting video. $25. Fancy. But what are we getting for our $25? Well, apparently, it's what a bad booty does. Well, whatever she's up to, it involves wearing very little clothes, her booty, and taking cash. Still, it's cheaper than those video girls that Julius was hanging out with. Oh, yeah, it's gotta hurt. Although I suppose she's only got half the booty the video girl had, so maybe that's about right. So, back to Damodrick.
Sometimes I feel like I'm living two lives.
Nope, you're living one life badly. That's what that is. Why does he make out like he's a victim of circumstance? Like his life's fault that he can't see any long-term value in Jawalia and likes the stability of life with Kiana. That way, of course, he doesn't have to get too hurt when she's out making $25.
Jawalia is my baby mama. She took care of my kids and made sure they were good. They're still alive.
Alive, yes. That's always a good thing, that. Got to say, that's kind of the minimum we'd expect, really. But it's not all new-coloured bodysuits and passive flirting. Damodrick's got to drop the news of his recent engagement to Kiana.
I did want to tell you something.
What's that?
Soma, they got a lovely sale on. You can get 3 bras for $39. That's still cheaper than Julius's video girl. So, just saying.
I basically, got engaged to Kiana.
And that's the blow in the kitchen that nobody wanted. But she's not fooled. She doesn't believe for a second that Damodrick will marry Kiana.
Hell no. Because I know Damodrick, so I don't. If they do, she gonna be dealing with some stuff, so.
And I love the way that he's allowed to totally move on. But if she wants to try it,
So it'll be cool if I just move on with my life.
he makes a noise like a mechanic giving a quote.
I could,
Time now for a little bit of Will and Courtnee.
You ready, beautiful?
Yep, I'm ready, Cupcake. Today, Will and Courtney are up for a surprise date somewhere. Then Courtney has come dressed just in case they've got to rob a store on the way home.
Where I think you'd really like. Come on, let's go.
Flying, yeah, of course, sure. Okay, well, this guy married a woman in a basement with scrunchies for rings, then pulls a bit of flying out of his butt for a date. Something tells me he's not so good at prioritizing.
So, you want to fly an airplane?
I do.
When did you decide you wanted to fly?
About 5 minutes ago, when this idiot decided that putting everyone's lives in her hands when they're 10,000 feet above the ground would be a fantastic idea. But apparently she's always dreamed of soaring through the clouds.
From the moment we started talking, Courtney's mentioned several times that she's interested in becoming a helicopter pilot.
She was. No, she was clearly taking the piss when you asked her that. Well, I was considering a rocket scientist or a brain surgeon, but, I thought I'd take it easy with a bit of helicoptering.
Eventually, I want to make a career out of it.
I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't worried.
Me too. Everyone who lives on the flight path is screwed. But you know what aviation companies love? Ex-criminals with a history of narcotics abuse and a serious head injury. But, it'll be fine.
She was sounding pretty weird last night.
And you're going to let her fly the fucking plane. He acknowledges that she may or may not have been under the influence of naughty things, and he's still gonna let her drive. Fly. Crash. Whatever.
Oh, it's a flap thing.
Whoa, steady on there, Professor. Trying to baffle us with all your technical jargon. Yes, it's got flappy bits, which we hope will remain attached to the long tubey bit, or we'll be all dying in the big fiery bit.
Let's show you how an airplane flies. I've got the simulator all set up. Let's go.
Awesome.
What? A simulator? Oh, that's not interesting.
Now, any question, the only stupid question is the one you don't ask.
I'm pretty sure I can think of a question that's both stupid and asked. Like, does the plane have space for my seeing eye dog? Or will my career relaunch itself if I pretend to be an astronaut? So then, by this man's logic, if you ask a question and it's stupid, it's no longer stupid because you asked it. Good job.
Is this cool or
This
what?
is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's really not though, is it? Those things were like cool in the 80s. And then people got over it pretty quickly.
It's tight.
I know.
This
It's
is
like,
way cool.
Yeah, he flexes his setups to all the young ladies, you know. Check it out. It's got like dials and some windows. Scooting your chair forward kind of destroys the illusion, but it's just like a real plane.
okay, so go ahead and grab the throttle,
Cheeky, my boyfriend's outside.
which is the black handle. Turn it to start. Here we go. Let's go ahead.
Kill me now. Please don't make me sit here pretending I'm flying a stupid plane. I know it's the FMX Redbird and everything, and I'm trying to contain my excitement about it.
Notice how we're turning?
Notice how you're putting your arm around that young lady there? He's a slick little monkey there, isn't he?
Feel that?
1 minute letting her play with his flaps, the next minute he's trying to drop her landing gear.
How'd she do?
Fucking awful. I mean, she wants to be a helicopter pilot. Jesus Christ, Benson.
Amazingly well.
That's awesome.
And with that, we've reached the end of the video for today. Thank you so much for joining me and for all the support you've been showing me. I'm humbled and honoured to have you here at the manor. Join us again this week for more from the land of Lalu.
So if you enjoy what I do, then please do like, subscribe, and try one of these delightful offerings. So until we meet again, stay beautiful, love to my three, and you take care of yourself.
Please subscribe now for our flag. Thank you.